I've got some Bach concerts coming up over the next few weeks, and I thought it was about time I made a decision about one particular chord. Now that's exactly what Bach wrote, but it's hardly ever printed or played in that way. Usually the E natural is flattened to an E flat to create a smoother progression. So did Bach make a mistake? I don't think so, and I'm going to try and explain why. That chord appears again in some interesting ways, 3 times in the opening of the Chaconne, and 3 times in the 4th bar of the Adagio of the C major sonata. The sonatas relate to the 3 main festivals of the Lutheran Church: Christmas, Easter, and Pentecost. It was at Pentecost that the Holy Spirit descended on the disciples, and Bach uses the pure open key of C major to represent that state of grace. Now let's have a look at some of the other keys that appear. In the second partita, Bach notates D minor with a single flat in the key signature. But in the G minor sonata, he also uses only 1 flat. That means he has to write a flat sign in front of every E when an E flat is required. Why would he create that extra work for himself? According to Bach's Lutheran faith, acknowledging one's own sinful nature was a crucial first step on the path to salvation. Now, because of his choice for the G minor key signature, every time an E flat is required, Bach has to take a pure E natural and put a flat sign in front of it to turn it into a much darker E flat. So could that be his way of saying, if I've fallen short of God's perfection, it's through my own deliberate actions? Now, if those E flats are significant, Bach may have marked them in a typical way. I got out my copy of his autograph and started counting E flat signs. And there were exactly 41. I don't think that's just down to chance. So what about that chord? Well, I find it really hard to believe that Bach would have made such a simple mistake in the 3rd bar of the piece. And in any case, it's the E flat that comes after it that really creates a problem and makes it sound uncomfortable and out of place. If you're still listening, thanks for hanging in there, and please leave a comment below.